Awesome. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tonight, we're talking a little bit about the Ultimate Biohackers Guide, how to take control of your biology, and why Lifevantage was for us and potentially is for you. I am Dr. Elizabeth Olson, and I am a chiropractor in southeastern Minnesota, and my background is in pediatrics, sports medicine, and nutrition. And for me, this has really developed over the last few months into a nice little adjunct to the nutrition we've been doing. And we'll talk a little bit about that, working more towards activating our bodies to their highest potential versus supplementing for deficiencies.
And I am Dr. Jessica Bueller, and I am a chiropractor in Central South Dakota. And I also have certifications in NAET and also acupuncture. So nutrigenomics. So this is basically the study of how our nutrition can affect our gene expression. And this is the latest trend in nutrition. Really isn't a fad diet anymore or new supplement. It's not the latest and greatest. It's actually your DNA. And nutrigenomics is changing everything. Where we once thought we were powerless, that we were just stuck with things that our grandma had and our grandpa had and our dad and so forth and so on. Now we have at least some control because we can use our nutrition to affect our genes. And so we're no longer at the mercy of what we've been given, but we have the option of choosing a different expression than maybe what was expressed in the people before us.
Take it. Are you going?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So we're talking a little bit about being hijacked versus biohacking. So hijacking has kind of a negative connotation. It's when we're taking something over and causing destruction. And this is typically what happens with people's health. We're being hijacked all the time by physical, emotional, and chemical stresses. We're being exposed to toxins, different forms of radiation, and allergens. When we biohack, we're actually taking control back. We're taking control of our own biology to produce an optimal potential for ourselves. And we're doing this with nutrigenomics. So we're using natural products to actually produce the potential that we would prefer.
And so this company, Lifevantage, is at the forefront of this nutrigenomics movement. And it's because we're using biohacking to really get a better outcome. Instead of, like Dr. Elizabeth said, instead of just supplementing for deficiencies, we're really working to activate our bodies to their highest potential by using known pathways in our body. And so we're going to start here with just a little clip to watch here, just a 2-minute clip.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Deeply. Oxygen is necessary for all. It is also the element that is at the root of the aging process.
Hey, you eating my soup?
Oxidative
And
stress.
my chip. That was my favorite.
The process of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. Lifevantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger naturally. Lifevantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
All right. So, like they just said, Lifevantage is actually a health and wellness company, and our goal is to help your body to restore itself to a better health and wellness than it was before. So with that being said, we do not claim to treat, cure, or diagnose or prevent any symptom, condition, or disease, but rather we're looking to address with our core foundational line, our vitality stack, if you will. We're looking to address 4 problems.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to stop this because I can't hear it. And
are you there? So there's 4 big problems that people have, and we have 4 solutions to those problems, but they're not a symptom, a condition, or a disease. And the first problem is, I'm gonna make this smaller so you can see more of the screen. So you won't be able to see us talking, but I think you'll get a better visual that way. So the first problem is oxidative stress. And what we have for that solution is a product called Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer. And with this product, it's proven that we can lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. It supports the natural cellular repair and rejuvenation processes. And there was a study done by the National Institute on Aging that showed that we could increase the median lifespan of male mice by 7%, which translates into other mammals. We also have the BSCG, Certified Drug-Free Approval, Stamp of Approval, and NSF, which certifies that what we say is in it is in every bottle, so it's very consistent and standardized. Our 5 components, turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha, together in the exact blend that we have here that was created, we get an 1,800% increase in their effectiveness. So you cannot purchase these ingredients separately and get the same effect. And that's why we have studies that prove that we can lower that oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And how do we do that? And what is oxidative stress to begin with? Well, oxidative stress is basically an imbalance that happens in our body when we have too many free radicals that are produced in relation to antioxidants. Antioxidants neutralize these free radicals that are produced as byproducts of reactions in our body, and they're also produced in higher quantities when we are exposed to toxic situations, including our thoughts, different forms of radiation, toxins in our environment, in our foods, you name it. So this imbalance where there's too many free radicals and not enough antioxidants to neutralize them is called oxidative stress. And so you might think, well, that's why we take antioxidants, right? Well, we could never take enough antioxidants to keep up with this free radical demand. And so what's different about this product is that within every cell, there's a protein messenger called NRF2, nucleoerythroid factor 2. And when we activate that messenger, it attaches to our DNA and it causes an expression of certain genes. In fact, over 200 human survival genes are known to be affected, but one of those genes is our body's ability to produce its own antioxidants. And so by taking this activator, we produce antioxidants at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1 every second. You cannot eat that many antioxidants. Protandim Nerve 2 has, this is a really busy slide, and I want you to realize that the busyness comes because there is so much information on this product. And if you haven't researched it yet, I encourage you to go to pubmed.gov and search for and see that we have all these peer-reviewed published articles that were independently funded. We have a few that were also funded by the company. In fact, in 2003, we had 1 patent and 1 peer-reviewed study that we published and paid for. Since then, though, look at all these universities and institutions that have been studying our product. Ohio State, the American Heart Association, Louisiana State, University of Colorado. Washington State. I mean, this is cool information, and I guarantee you that not every product has this kind of research to back up what their product does in the body. Along with that, we have media coverage, NBC, ABC, PBS, Today's Show, and 7 U.S. patents. And patents are given for the specific purpose. And when you look at these 7, you'll be as blown away as I was. Its effect as an anti-inflammatory, its ability to produce antioxidants. These are very cool and significant as well. And then Dr. Elizabeth, if you could talk to us about the second problem that most people encounter here.
Absolutely. And I loved how you told that story about the science, Jess, because I think it's so important that we talk about that story behind the products and why they're so important. But the second issue is mitochondrial dysfunction. And why is that important to us? Well, our mitochondria are our powerhouse in our cell. They produce all of the energy that we need for processes within our cell in the form of ATP. And when they become damaged, we are no longer able to produce energy on a cellular level, and that spreads out system-wide. And so what we typically see with this is someone who is really chronically fatigued and just cannot catch up on that energy, and it all has to do with that production. So our response, our solution for this is Protandim NRF1 Synergizer. And Protandim is a combination, again, of 5 ingredients, the Protandim NRF1. We have alpha lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, grape extract, quercetin, and acetyl L-carnitine. And the specific blend activates our cell again. So it causes that protein messenger to go into the DNA and begin expressing new genes. This time, the specific gene that we are interested in is one that repairs damaged mitochondria, produces beautiful new replications of mitochondria, and also increases our cellular energy, or that ATP. So we have improved cellular performance, improved health through our cells, all because that mitochondria production is being boosted and the energy is being increased in the level of ATP. And the really cool thing is that when we pair Protandim NRF1 with Protandim NRF2, we are seeing a snowball effect in both of these activators. So they really help produce dramatic results in shorter amounts of time when we take them together as well.
Excellent. And the third problem we have is an unhealthy gut, or a leaky gut. And so we know that the gut has extreme importance, and probably higher importance than we really want to check it up to have. But a few things that are really significant about the gut are obviously our digestion and absorption of our food. And if you think of that thought that we are what we eat, it's really what we are, what we digest and absorb. So if your body's not digesting anything well, your body's not going to function very well either. And 70 to 90% of our immune system is within our gut, produced by these good bacteria in there. And who wants to be sick? No one, right? Along with the fact that these good bacteria, they help to form tight junctions in our gut, so that particles are not directly entering our bloodstream where they don't belong. And when particles do enter our bloodstream like that, we end up with chronic things, autoimmune things, allergies, stuff like that. And not to mention that our gut is our second brain. There are so many neurotransmitters that are produced in our brain, but our gut is the second place where neurotransmitters are formed. 95% of our serotonin is produced in our gut. 50% of our dopamine is produced in our gut. It is really important to have a healthy microbiome. And with Physique ProBio, what we have is a probiotic that is superior to others, in my opinion, based on 2 patented technologies that it has. And one is our BioTract lining, and the second is our WellMune technology. BioTract, this makes it so that our culture has a 60% survival rate. That's 15 times the bacteria that get to the gut than other similar products. So that's just really awesome. It can bypass that stomach acid and get to the small and large intestine where we need them to do their work. And then WellMune is also a patented technology where we get to have yeast beta-glucans, which are found in colostrum or a mother's first milk, that will serve as a prebiotic. So those probiotic have the right food to start developing themselves and making a healthy microbiome in our gut.
All right, so our fourth health-related issue is fatty imbalances. With our diet and our lifestyles, we're just exposed to way too many bad fats. And the solution to this is omega plus fish oils. So omega plus is a combination of omega-3 and omega-7 good fats. And omega-3s are great for brain health, cognition, cardiovascular health, skin and immune systems. Omega-7s are more specific for metabolism and weight loss, which is really kind of a cool addition. It's a blend of EPA and DHA, which is what we're looking for in a fish oil. And the plus is the addition of vitamin D3, which is a precursor for so many different things within our bodies. This is an extremely pure form of fish oil. It's 100% traceable from boat to bottle, and it doesn't oxidize like a typical fish oil does. So you won't hear people talking about burping it up or having a fishy taste after they consume it. And both Jess and I will tell you, our kids have been taking fish oil since basically in utero, and they love this form of fish oil. They'll actually chew the capsule, which you can swallow. You don't have to chew, but because it's so pure and doesn't oxidize, it just has a very lovely lemon lime flavor that goes along with it. So this omega plus is our solution to fatty imbalances.
So these four products collectively make what we call our Vitality Stack. This can be purchased in bottles or jars there, and then also in the Vitality Stack packets. And these packets are so convenient, you guys. Everyone is on the go. It's already a portion for an adult, just very convenient, and that's, you know, that high-paced world that we live in, that's important too. But with this stack, we get a foundational regimen where we reduce our oxidative stress and inflammation, we boost our mitochondrial production, improve our energy, support our gut, our immune system, our brain, our heart. Really, there is not a part of our body that's not affected, because this is on a cellular level the best foundational regimen that we can really give ourselves.
All right, Axio is our smart energy. And Axio is a drink additive, and this is actually NRF2 activation specifically for our brain. It gets our neurotransmitters of those brain chemicals where they need to be. And so what we see is we see improvement in our mental function, our acuity, our concentration and memory. Our brain is more resilient to stress. We have a reduction in mental fatigue and brain fog, and enhances our mood along the way. So one thing I love about this is it's gluten-free, it's vegan, so more people can take it than typically could any other form of energy drink. And we're never gonna have that energy crash that you would with a typical energy drink, because it is produced with no artificial sweeteners. It's sweetened with stevia and has no sugar in it. So it comes in a caffeinated and decaffeinated version. The caffeinated version has green tea within it, and there are 6 different flavors, just really delicious. And it's a great thing to pair up as well with other products. We use it for many different things. Like tonight, I was a little bit anxious about talking again, so I had an Axio, and it just helped me process things a little bit better.
True science. This is NRF2 activation for our skin. So remember me saying that we have a study done by the National Institute of Aging that showed that we were the only natural compound to actually be anti-aging, to actually extend lifespan. And so they use that same formulation to design a skincare line so we can affect from the inside out and then again from the outside in. And our skin is our largest organ, and so it's important to protect it. We also have a couple of studies showing what our NRF2 product can do as far as skin cancers and that kind of thing as well. So it is very cool to have both layers of protection there.
All right, this is Pet Tandem, which is NRF2 activation for our dogs. Studies show that animals actually have a higher oxidative stress load than humans, and that's why their lifespan is so much shorter. So when we activate their NRF2 pathways, what we notice is a shinier coat. Their playfulness has increased. They have more energy. We're supporting their joint health, supporting their hearing and their eyes as well. So Protandim is NRF2 activation for our dogs.
And then physique, our weight management system. Now you can use this to just maintain your weight, and you can also use this for weight loss. So there's a protein shake with slow and fast release amino acids. ProBio, the product we already talked about, that good bacteria product. And then the fat burn, which is targeted at our visceral fat, the dangerous fat that surrounds our organs, and cleanse. And the cleanse is designed to really help to naturally detox our gut and get that sludge that's stuck in there out, along with delivering some healing properties to help that gut to recover so that we can function a little bit better.
All right, so just talking a little bit more about Lifevantage. Lifevantage has been around for a little while now, but it's fairly new to the market. The products have been sold since 2003. In 2005, an ABC investigative report aired that kind of did a little bit more research into the science and what the products do and their anti-aging components within the product. And that launched Lifevantage really into the forefront of nutrigenomics. And that's also what led all of these different institutions and universities to self-fund research. When the product was first created, we had 1 patent and 1 peer-reviewed study. And again, after all of this, we now have 27 peer-reviewed studies with more on the way, and those 7 patents that we talked about. Originally, Protandim was on retail shelves. So you could go into like Target and see it sitting there next to like vitamin C or something like that. And that was really just a marketing glitch. It just wasn't a good way to sell the product, really, because the story needs to be told about the products and about the science and really about Lifevantage in general. So in 2009, they switched to direct sales, where distributors are the only people available for you to purchase through. We are a publicly traded company on NASDAQ, and corporate leadership is great. There's so much experience in network marketing in Lifevantage.
So technology is the way that the world is going, right? There's this new gig economy. Who hasn't heard of Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, Amazon, right? We all want things convenient. We want things to be here and now and when we want them. And also cut out the middleman a little bit, and maybe make a little bit of side income on top of what we're doing for our full time. So the timing with this company is perfect, right? We're in this early adoptive stage where no one really has heard about it, even though the company's been around since 2003. But we're just starting this movement into momentum. And the reason why we're in this momentum is obviously that people need to hear this story. The products have a ton of peer-reviewed research, and obviously testimonies follow things that have research to support that they do what they say they're going to do. But when it comes to the business side of things, this is where we are. So as a distributor, you would be coming on by purchasing a bundle of product. And really the purpose of this is for you to use the product. I mean, what other business could you start up a business for $650 or $1,250? In fact, when you first see these numbers, you might think that seems like a lot. And then once you start using the products, you wish you could buy another bundle, but it's a one-time purchase thing for distributors, and it's to get you using the product so that you can be a product of the product. And along with that bundle comes all of these other assets, company-wise. And a proven system. We have a new app to help you manage your business, a replicated website, an easy online portal for checking out. Again, quite similar to Amazon, just making it very simple for people to have access. We get paid weekly, we get paid monthly. There's different kinds of bonuses, and you're going to have obviously your network of distributors, which is what we just talked about, right? People that are coming on, planning on using the products, but also planning on sharing this information with others. And then we also have a network of consumers, people that want to just use the products. They have no intention of telling anyone about it, no matter how wonderful their changes are. So the traditional plan, right? We're all kind of taught this. You go to school, you work for 40 to 50 years, and hopefully in your golden years, you're going to be able to live. Except that most people, by the time they get to their golden years, things aren't so golden, right? You either don't have enough money to retire, or your health is not in a state where you can really live. And with Lifevantage, we still have the same plan, right? 20 years of learning, and then it's a question mark of how long you have to earn and learn. And then you have that potential to live more of your life while you still have your health and you have leveraged residual income, which is basically income that comes even when you're sleeping. And if you haven't figured out a way to make income while you're sleeping, this is something that you might want to hear more about. So never depending on a single income, making an investment of time and effort to create a second source. I might even add to this just the idea of having a plan B. I don't know about you, but in our household, we rely on both of our incomes. So what happens if one of your incomes is not there? What happens if your spouse loses their job? What happens if your spouse passes away? What will your plan B be? How will you support your family? Just questions to think about when you're thinking about this income thing. So Dr. Elizabeth, if you could give us the 3 options about what you have for options here.
Yes, absolutely. So I challenge you to think of in 3 different forms here. First of all, it's what products are you excited to start biohacking your body with? Secondly is who is willing to join us or excited about joining us in biohacking and sharing this with others? Who has more questions about the business and wants to learn more about the business? And then potentially, who do you know that really needs to hear this information as well, so we can help as many people as possible? Because that really is our true goal, is just to get the information out there to as many people as possible and let them make an educated decision and move forward as they choose.